What's up guys, Jimmy Chang here, and in today's video, I've got a brand new Onewheel GT and a bunch of accessories in these boxes, and I'm not unboxing them, I'm actually going to be returning them. In this video, I'll tell you 4 reasons why I'm returning these guys. The first reason why I'm returning the Onewheel GT, it's not a big one, but shipping delays. For most of you guys, it's no big deal, but for me, when they first announced the Onewheel GT, I was on their website furiously clicking away so that it would allow me to order the Onewheel GT. And then, when it could, I bought mine right away. Then there was delay after delay after delay. Finally, when it came time for my Onewheel to ship, I called up Future Motion and I said, hey, what's the fastest way I can get the Onewheel to come to me? Because I'm leaving on a family trip. Spring break was coming right around the corner. They told me expedited overnight shipping would be the fastest way. It was expensive, but I paid the premium because I wanted the Onewheel to unbox to test before I left for my trip. Well, the day for my Onewheel to ship came and it went. And I was super disappointed. I contacted Future Motion. They said, well, they had sent it off, but something happened. Then another day passed and another day passed. It took many days. When it finally did ship, they had to ship it ground, and it came to me while I was away on my vacation. And so the shipping delays was a huge bummer. Had I got it on time, I would have opened it, would have ridden it right away, would have done the whole unboxing experience with you guys, but I couldn't because of the delays. Fortunately though, I was able to experience unboxing a brand new Onewheel from Nathan. He allowed me into his home just to have that experience of unboxing a Onewheel GT. And it's a pretty neat experience. It's pretty glorious.
Oh.
How about this?
Ooh, look at that. That right there, that's probably like a $3,000 knife right now.
Holy God. Who cares what's in the box? This is what we want to talk about.
Worth more than the GT?
This is the most expensive knife I've ever held in my hand. Knife. Let's see what's in the box. There you go. All right. And I got to ride a Onewheel GT a lot when I was in Hawaii. So much fun. It's a great, great board if it's working correctly. That leads me to the second reason why I'm returning the Onewheel GT, and that's because of all the dead on arrival boards that we've been hearing about. With any first release of a new product, the folks that want the latest and greatest technology, the soonest and the fastest, they're also going to be the guys that are suffering from QC issues. Hopefully that'll get resolved and that won't be a problem going forward. And if you get a dead on arrival board, I mean, the worst thing that happens is you put it back in the box and you ship it back to Future Motion. I just don't want to have to deal with the heartache of having a dead on arrival board. The next reason why I'm returning the board is because of the ghosting issues. Everyone's seen the first ghosting video by now. Well, more and more videos are popping up. Some videos actually capture the ghosting.
That one didn't stop this time.
And that's concerning to me because of all the malfunctions that can happen with the Onewheel. Ghosting is one of the scariest because you've basically got a 30-pound device missiling uncontrollably anywhere. In the videos that I've seen, luckily it's in an open field, but imagine if it's by a body of water or onto a highway or into a crowd of people. I've actually seen Onewheel ghosting twice firsthand. The first one was a Halloween group ride, and it was pretty scary. It was at night, it was dark, and all of a sudden you see this Onewheel just missiling towards us. It nearly hit my son, and a pedestrian ran into a concrete barrier. If it wasn't for that barrier, it would have hurtled into the freeway, into traffic, and the consequences could have been devastating. That Onewheel was destroyed after that crash. The second episode of ghosting that I've seen was also on a group ride, and in this case, it just took off and missed hitting this glass pane wall, this glass wall, instead hit this metal door and just slammed into it. It's scary because you're just helpless. I do believe it's got to be a sensor issue with a foot pad, because with the Pint X, the sensor was just not sensitive enough, and so that was one of the main complaints, was you try to activate the board and it wouldn't activate as you stepped onto it. In this case, from my experience with the Onewheel GT, riding it around, it's very sensitive. I didn't have any issues of it sensing my foot being there. The problem though is it so sensitive that it doesn't know when you're off, causing it to ghost and ride without you on the device. And so for the safety of me, my friends, my family, the community, I just don't feel comfortable riding this until they work that bug out. I mean, there are ways to mitigate ghosting or the devastating effects of ghosting. You can make sure you do a proper heel lift, dismount. You can turn on simple stop so that a ghosted Onewheel will not be able to ride backwards. You can put on a fender so if it were to flip over upside down, it won't be able to continue moving. You may say that, well, other devices have problems, and you've seen, I've tested the Kingsong S20, which I really loved, and Kingsong S20, a demo model, just recently burst into flames. Well, what do I say about that? I got rid of that. It's not in my house anymore. I put it back in the box, I shipped it back off. Until they fix that issue, I will wait for future models that are tried and true, and we know will not have that problem. But let's go ahead and load these things into the car where I can continue talking about the final reasons why I'm returning the Onewheel GT. So actually here in the car is a nice quiet place to talk. Right to repair isn't a new thing for the Onewheel or for Future Motion. Future Motion has always been trying to make their products more restrictive and tougher for folks to tinker with and to modify. And the Onewheel GT is the most tinker-proof board that they've made, from the motor hub size to the tire size to the fact that if you unplug the battery that it'll brick the board. They've gone above and beyond to try to make this board extra difficult for the community to replace a tire or to change a battery. Do any modifications like that, you'll have to send it back to Future Motion, to their only service center in Santa Cruz, California. And if you live outside of the States, you're out of luck. It's going to be a pretty penny. Louis Rossmann has covered this very extensively on his channel. He's done a lot to bring this to light. Huge audience. He's very eloquently stated the reasons why this right to repair practice from Future Motion, it's worse than Apple, he calls it. As Louis Rossmann finds out more and more about the practices of Future Motion with their Onewheel, I think he's getting pretty shocked and devastated. I mean, here are some of my favorite clips from Louis Rossmann.
And in my opinion, this manufacturer gets in your way way worse than Apple ever could. They have one repair center in the US. One. So if you need work done overseas, you're kind of screwed. But above all, if you disconnect the battery from the BMS, you get an error message telling you to send the device back to the company.
The final reason why I'm returning the Onewheel GT is just because of the way that Future Motion treats its core fans. Instead of ignoring their fans, ignoring their customers, we would like to hear something. When that Kingsong S20 EUC caught fire in New York City, the next day after that video was released, Kingsong released a statement talking about what they were doing to look into it, what they were doing to try to remedy the situation. Yet, we've had multiple accounts of dead boards, we've had several accounts of ghosted Onewheels, and nothing from Future Motion. I mean, where are you guys? And for those reasons, that's why I'm returning the Onewheel GT. I've already experienced the unboxing. I've already ridden it in Hawaii. The last thing I need is a headache or the worry of this thing ghosting or dying on me. So I'm returning it. And don't get me wrong, it's a great product. I love it. In Hawaii, I rode it all over the place, had a great time. I will get a Onewheel GT down the road, but I just don't have to get one of these first run Onewheel GTs because I've had my taste. I'm in the fortunate position that I can ride my other electric devices like my electric unicycles, electric scooters, electric bikes, while I wait for them to sort out the kinks with the Onewheel GT. And then eventually you'll see me getting one soon. And that's all I gotta say about that. I'm returning my Onewheel. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Tell me if you think I'm overreacting. And as always, remember, when you ride, wear your safety gear.